So Jack Frost asked, speaking of politics, what is your view on Israel-Palestinian conflict? When will Islam die? Israel is a I replied, Israel is a criminal state, and Islam is on the rise everywhere, especially amongst disillusioned anti-Christian atheists. Islam will keep growing until we, as a culture, turn back to our traditional beliefs, roots, and praising our ancestors instead of cursing them. How is Israel a criminal state? The majority of Palestinians want all Jews on earth killed. Replied, I'll do a video. I know it can be an emotional topic. Okay? Now, just go through some things real quickly. AD 70, the temple was destroyed. AD 132, Simon Bar Kokhba rose up, but he was crushed in AD 135, so 3-year reign. Bar Kokhba was crushed, and the Romans renamed the land after their enemies, the Pelasgians, the Philistines, the Palestinians. Hadrian levels the Temple Mount. This is 136. Levels the Temple Mount. Builds a temple of Jupiter on top of the mount. Mount Moriah, the most holy site in Judaism. Also, Jerusalem is renamed to Aelia Capitolina. Rabbinical Jews have been expelled, yet not Christian Jews nor Samaritans, both which have just as much claim to the land, if not more, than these Jews. A lot of proselyte rabbinical Jews. The rabbinical Jews agreed that God expelled them, and that they would never rule until the Messiah came. They couldn't hold positions of power until the Messiah comes. By 8600, Palestine is 85% Christian and 15% Samaritan. 8638. Sorry. Muslims conquer Jerusalem. Now, let's get to some statistics. In 1922, 12% of Palestine, Israel, was Christian. Today, it's just under 2%. Here is the map of Palestine. I don't know if you can see it. Good God, you can't. How am I supposed to show this? Let me see if I can screw around with the light setting. Because it's quite shocking to see the expansiveness of this. Really is pretty shocking. So let's go. Sorry to delay this, folks. I totally don't mean to do this. Let's go general. Wow, looks like I'm a lot stupider than I thought. Well, I'm just not sure. I always do. That's kind of stupid. Yeah. For some reason, I can't. Huh. All right. All right. I'll be done with this in about 5 minutes because I don't think you should have to suffer anymore. But this actually is extremely important. Um. All right. I'll provide the link. And you can see of Israel going from. Wow, that is really. So hold on. I think I can fix it. There it is. I can't even see that one, can you? Oh, on God's green earth. Well, whatever. Israel gets bigger, and Palestine gets smaller. It gets broken up and divided, and divided, and divided, until it's just this part of Jerusalem and Gaza, the West Bank and Gaza. And then now it's not even that, it's just fragments within these areas. And I'm sorry, the West Bank isn't Gaza, and Gaza isn't the West Bank. But Israel is no friend to the Christians. The USS Liberty, look that up. Because the Goy was in the sea, the master race destroyed them. Here's something you might be interested in. Make sure the volume is
Christianity may have been born in the Middle East, but Arab Christians have never had it easy there, especially not today. In Iraq and Egypt, scores of churches have been attacked, hundreds murdered. In Syria, revolution seriously threatens Christian communities. The one place where Christians are not suffering from violence is the Holy Land. But Palestinian Christians have been leaving in large numbers for years. So many, the Christian population there is down to less than 2%. And the prospect of holy sites like Jerusalem and Bethlehem without local Christians is looming as a real possibility. This is what the Holy Land looks like today. Bethlehem, where Jesus was born, Nazareth, where he grew up, Jerusalem, where he died and where Christians believe he was resurrected. Nazareth is inside the state of Israel. Bethlehem is on the Israeli-occupied West Bank. The Christian section of Jerusalem is also under Israeli control. We know the area well, know that it is arguably the most fought-over piece of real estate in the world, sacred to half of humanity. Still, when we decided to do the story last year, we did not realize it would become so controversial. The story will continue in a moment.
and I'll also put links to the Christians being stoned by
Our story
settlers.
begins in Bethlehem, where all began. We went to St. Catherine's in the Church of the Nativity. For local Catholics, this is their parish church. The day we went, a confirmation was underway. Father Marwandides, a Franciscan, led one child after another up to the altar, watched by proud parents. The church was so crowded, it was difficult to believe that Christians now make up only 18% of what was for centuries an overwhelmingly Christian town.
We are the living stones of the Holy Land. From here it all started. And it had to continue. It's a must. It must continue. If there is no people, no Christians here, it will never continue.
Here in Jerusalem, the numbers are even bleaker than in Bethlehem.
Inside here, famous church.
Theophilus III, the patriarch of the Greek Orthodox, has lived through the decline. His church, the Church of the Holy Sepulchre, is the most sacred site in Christendom. He took us up to the roof. You've got to know a patriarch to get here.
Come in. So you are in the Holy Sepulchre, inside the Holy Sepulchre. Just inside here is the tomb.
That is, the tomb which covers the site of the resurrection. When you first came here in 1964, what was the percentage of Christians in the old city?
There were around 30,000 of Christians living in the old city.
And now how many are there?
Very few.
So few, some 11,000 Christians out of a population of almost 800,000, just 1.5%. Palestinians can get even this far.
I'll tell you, I don't know of anybody and
Thriving. The reason Christians are leaving the West Bank, he says, is Islamic extremism.
I think that the major problem in the West Bank,
This is an
as in
American
elsewhere
talking.
in the Middle East, is that the Christian communities are living under duress.
And this duress is coming from Muslims, not from the Israeli occupation.
I believe that the major duress is coming from that.
great selling point. Easy to sell to the American public.
Zahi Houri is a Palestinian businessman. He owns the West Bank Coca-Cola franchise.
I'll tell you, I don't know of anybody, and I probably have 12,000 customers here. I've never heard that someone is leaving because of Islamic persecution.
Harry Shavit, one of Israel's most respected columnists, believes Christians have become collateral damage.
I think this is a land that has seen in the last century a terrible struggle between political Judaism and political Islam in different variations.
And the Christians are being squeezed in the middle between the Jews and the Muslims.
Absolutely.
Should Israel be concerned about that?
I think we should all be concerned about it. Political Judaism and political Islam are rocky. They are harsh. And the friction, the clash between them is very violent.
Very, I think, historically associated with anti-Semitism. And it was actually so inflammatory, Bob, that many of us didn't even bother responding to it.
They are fearful of this document because they are afraid this might influence the Christian world.
Reverend Rahib, who helped write the document, says it's anything but anti-Semitic.
This document doesn't ask for violence. It doesn't ask for revenge. The most powerful thing in this document, actually, is that asking for hope and love and faith.
Do you think the Israeli government ever thinks of the fact that if Christians aren't being treated well here, and America is an overwhelmingly Christian country, that this could have consequences?
Israel is not persecuting Christians as Christians. The Christians in the Holy Land suffer from Israeli policies that are a result of the overall tragic situation. And this, of course, has consequences for everybody.
For Israel, there could be serious economic consequences. According to Israeli government figures, tourism is a multi-billion-dollar 6 AD to wash themselves in the holy fire to celebrate the founding miracle of Christianity. They'll certainly continue to do so. But how many will be coming from the neighborhood? That's not a religious question anymore. It's political.
Well, I think accusing us is that
They deny.
we
Has a good view of this Israeli guard tower.
Palestinians are pushed in the holes behind the walls.
Israel built the wall church's very beginnings. Sepulchre is the most sacred site in Christendom. He took us up to the roof. You've got to know a patriarch to get here.
Okay. That's not really the one. I thought it was probably the 2021 where it had every denomination, Lutheran, Pentecostal, Eastern Orthodox, Roman Catholic, and they all said it's the Israelis. See, the Palestinians on the West Bank are more nationalistic, and they're a mix of Shia and Sunni and Christian, Mandaean, Alawite. It's not Gaza where it's controlled by Hamas. Israel is targeting Christians. Check out USS Liberty, and I'll leave a link to all the maps and all the other extra information, and please, please watch it. How a Christian can be a Zionist, I have no clue. It boggles the mind. And is my mouse stuck? Oh no, it's not.